Petri dish, the Petri dish, the Petri dish.
This is
The Petri dish, the Petri dish, the Petri dish. This is the Petri dish. There's something growing in here, and today, it's nothing. Today, nothing's growing in here. It's a terrible intro, but nothing has grown because I have been just fucking going through it, friends. You've probably heard the previous episode. Getting sued, dog died, a happy marriage before that, but things aren't going specifically that great this year. And that's fine. That's fine. Things don't always have to be going cool or going my way. I am learning how to deal with things like that. That makes it sound like I'm a child. My psychiatrist forced me to get a therapist. I went to my psychiatrist last week or the week before, and she said, you need to be on antipsychotic meds. So that's been a new adventure. She was right. These meds kick ass, and I feel like a normal human again sometimes. That means that I'm going to return to my fucking God complex ass self. Not in so many words. I got to work things through with my therapist on the amount of comedic hyperbole I use. My therapist told me I need to lock up my guns. I'm not going to go into details. No, you know what? Let's get into the details. Her exact quote was, "You talk about shooting yourself and others too much for me to be comfortable with you having guns in the house." And I said, I need my guns, because I am America. So, of course, I've never hurt anyone or even attempted to hurt myself with guns. But that's not saying I wouldn't. The thing is my exact quote, which is the same thing I say in bits that I do on stage. I don't care about gun safety. Guns are a murder tool. They're literally made for most efficient human dispatching. You know, like, yeah, sure, I'm going to be safe with the murder tool. I'm a messy eater and a reckless driver. You think I'm going to be safe with the killing thing? Fuck off. But in all reality, that's the thing I'm the most safe with. So now it's got a slide lock on it. I don't just keep one in the chamber ready to go at my bedside like I did before. Now I gotta take at least 5 seconds to unlock a key before I get locked and loaded. So, just talking about guns right off the bat for you guys. That's what's growing in my mind today, is talking about guns. I don't talk about guns enough for how much I do actually like them. And that's for a reason. I don't like to advertise like, ooh, I got guns. I don't want to have to use them, because that shit's expensive. You're like, if you shoot somebody, you lose that gun. You probably lose all the bullets to that gun, and you lose a lot of chunks of time having to justify why you shot that guy, assuming you aren't already going to jail. So it's like, if you shoot somebody, that's like no less than $1,000 down the drain. So you gotta like hate that person at least $1,000 amount. And I don't know that there's anybody on earth I give a shit about enough to give that amount of money to. Like, I was already against paying $200 a plate for people I really like to be at my wedding. You know what I mean? I'm not going to shoot somebody for $1,000. So I'm not going to, if I didn't want 5 of my closest friends to eat with me at my wedding, what would make you think I wanted to shoot a random guy for money I don't fucking have? Anyway, I'm on new drugs. I'm on new drugs, guys. That being said, I really needed to be on these drugs because I cannot stop fucking up at work. Guys, I started a new job at the beginning of the year. It's been slow going, what with the whole dog dying, took time off. My training was slow. I'm not 100% in my brain. And so I fucked up a thing I have to do to like verify my identity. I have to verify my identity by having like an ID and a bunch of mail. But I don't get physical mail. I get email notifications like say, hey, your account statement's ready for you. Like, I don't fuck with physical mail because I'm not 55 years old. But in order to do this identity proofing, I have to have like 2 physical, like a utility bill and a bank statement. I'm like, fucking, the only time I get those utility bills is when they accidentally forget that I'm on the email situation. I'm on the email, guys. I'm 100 years old. I'm on the email. Send me that shit. So yeah, I fucked that up, and I fucked up today Well, not today, but when you hear this, I fucked up the day of my proofing, because it was supposed to be at 6:20 a.m. Eastern time, and I am on Pacific time, meaning I was supposed to be up and ready for a meeting at 3:20 a.m., which I was not. I was up for 6:20 a.m., checked my email and went, fuck. Called those people up. They said, yeah, you fucked up. So now I got to do it later. But I just can't stop fucking up at work. So I'm taking this week to like really understand what the fuck I'm doing at my job before I get fucking fired. And have to do fucking podcasting again full time, which is not a thing I can do. Even when I was unemployed, I wasn't podcasting because I wasn't fun to be around. Let's see. So that's me. That's me this week. This week I am on new medication. I am thinking about things that I have not thought about in a while, and I am going forward. Sad Giants update. We have another song sort of bagged and tagged over to our producer, and we are working on 2 or 3 more new ones, meaning we got like 5 new songs like in the hopper, and we have like a dozen more that I think are ready to go. So Sad Giants album 2025 looking pretty fucking good. Don't forget to go listen to Worthy of Love. I know that track came out last year and it's old hat by now, but I still think it's a solid song. So if you feel like you are worthy of love, please go check out Sad Giants song. New stuff coming soon, I promise. Let's get into some fucking news. Oh, there's a kitty cat. Can you guys hear him? He's back there. All right. I'm just going to let that cat meow in the background. Guys, Bill Burr has been vocally shitting on Elon Musk, as all of us have. Fuck you, Elon Musk. But Elon Musk retaliated by flagging Bill Burr's account and, like, fucking with it on Twitter. A Twitter that Bill Burr doesn't use and hasn't used for years. So Bill Burr went online to be like, hey, Elon Musk, you can't affect me because I don't give a shit about your bullshit company. Fuck you. So good on Bill Burr for fucking with Elon Musk even more, because Bill Burr famously, I think a couple weeks ago, had a whole huge bit that went so viral that even Fox News was reposting it, saying like all billionaires need to have their heads on fucking pikes. And I agree, Bill. Let's fucking get this shit done. Another news thing, Mochinut here in good old Sparks, or maybe it's in Reno, the Reno location of Mochinut, a mochi donut place, got flagged for like several health violations. Now, most of their health violations were just like weird shit, like putting their clean dishes on the floor, or like storing shit improperly at home and on the floor and then like bringing it in. And so they had to close down, and they put up a little sign not mentioning any of that, just being like, we're renovating. And then they just closed down for a few months. And this is not the first Asian based food company to take a hit here in Reno. We also lost our dim sum place that me and Alicia like to go to. They're closed till June for renovations. I'm not sure if it's for the same reason, but I think someone at the like local health department has a problem with like the Asian restaurants around here. Either that, or there are mostly just only Asian restaurants opening up. I don't know what it is, but lots of people were on social media hyping up this fucking mochi donut place because white people love an Asian experience, but then they shit all over it because like they kept a like a plate or like a box on the ground. Who the fuck knows? I personally say I would eat mochi nut just right off the fucking floor, because fuck you, it's a donut. Ugh. There was just an outpouring of white people being outraged that they would have such low standards, and then spreading the rumor that they failed all 50 of the requirements for like health violations. Ooh, I'm vowing off of all mochi donuts now. How dare Reno have another improper business? Fuck off. Just let them clean up for a second and get their standards right. They'll be fucking fine. So anyway, I'm here for you, Mochinut. Fuck everyone in Reno all the time. Speaking of fucking everyone in Reno all the time, I've been keeping up with a good old reporter in Reno named Joe Hart, keeping on top of this developing story good old watchdog Joe Hart of KRNV, found that there is about $9 million of our personal tax dollars that were just lost. The Nevada Attorney General's office wrote and approved the contract that allowed a small business called Uprise to collect $9 million before any work was done, and that money is now missing. And the Attorney General, Aaron Ford, who is a Democrat, who should be trustworthy in this political climate, right? They have the power in the legislature, too. They're the majority party, and they have not done shit. There's like one Republican senator who was talking to Joe Hart, and they basically played the like, oh, I am of the minority party, so I of course do not have the status, like as if we don't have a fucking Republican governor, you know, like somebody fucking knows where this money went. So, there's been a small update, actually, very recently. Lawmakers are looking into things. That same Republican senator sent a letter to the state treasurer, Treasurer Zach Conine, asking what changes might need to be made legislatively now that $9 million in state money is missing. And they just say, this situation has raised concerns. And that's it. So far, nothing has come of it. But there's at least one senator out there attempting to ask questions. So who the fuck knows? All that I know is $9 million is gone, and all the politicians are just, you know, playing the little finger pointing game as if they all aren't probably making millions of dollars off of this fucking bullshit. So that is some more local Reno news. Not only do we have no Mochi Donuts, we're also missing $9 million of taxpayer money. Now, here's what's crazy. Let's see. The Reno population is 274,000. The metropolitan area altogether, including Sparks, so probably like the Washoe County area, is still under 500,000 people. There's not even 1 million people in Reno, in this area, and we're missing $9 million. You know, something to look at. Ooh, a fun little one in personal enjoyment of shit. This one's for pop punk news. Recent footage surfaced of Damon De La Paz, who is I think he's the frontman of Phoenix TX, a band that's also of the pop punk genre, who opened for Blink-182 a lot back in the day. He actually filled in for Travis Barker on the Mark, Tom, and Travis show tour and on some of the shows that were recorded. And I also found out some of the tracks that are the comedy tracks at the very end are Damon drumming. They're not Travis. So, like... I don't know. That was just a fun little bit of pop punk trivia for me to learn. You know what? I think we're about running up to the end of anything that I'd care to talk about. What we covered donuts. We covered money. We covered Blink-182. What else do you need? Donuts, money, and Blink-182. Those are everything that are going on in my brain today. We will be back with guests soon. We'll be playing more games, talking a lot less about donuts and Blink-182, but I just wanted to put something out this week because things are happening. I am active. Things are going. I sound like Donald Trump now. Things are happening. Bigly stuff is going to be coming. I have concepts of a podcast. All right. You know, when I'm hitting the Donald Trump impression portion of the podcast, it's time to call it a day. So thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next week.